out over I-49 in Springdale from our Holiday Inn ICAM. It seems to have turned a bit more gloomy as the hours have ticked on tonight. Let's check in with Matt now to talk about how much more rain we'll get in the coming days.
Erica, we've got, about 16, 18 hours left to go with this rain. We've been kind of socked in with the clouds and these rain showers the past couple of days. Tomorrow is the last day, we promise. And then we go back to sunshine. We've got a really long stretch of sunshine coming our way and dry weather. So we just got to get with this round and then we're done. Lots of cold rain across northwest Arkansas into northern Oklahoma, back into Kansas, sometimes even transitioning over to snow. Getting to that time of year, but most of the heavy rain just back off towards the west of Tulsa, kind of tracking right along Highway 412. But what we've noticed is this pocket of some rising air just towards Tahlequah and west McAllister, Lake Eufaula. More rain is going to be developing in eastern Oklahoma and moving into the River Valley shortly. We've had a break, other than a stray misty shower, but more rain is coming in tonight area wide. We got a good pocket of heavier rain though, just west of Bentonville, Centerton. We're getting it towards Hiwassee, Decatur, Gentry, Gravette. That's moving eastbound. That'll hit Rogers as well, northern portions of Springdale too, and then heavier rain back towards the west. So more rain is on the way, but let's talk about your rain timeline for Wednesday. I think the morning is prime time to get the cold rain. So that means as we're headed to work and dropping the kiddos off at school, it's going to be misty, chilly, rainy. It's going to be a dreary start. Lunchtime, recess also, light rain continues, but then I think we dry out the rest of the day. We may end the day on a nice drier note. Still probably kind of cloudy. We'll probably get rid of the clouds as we get closer to Thursday and Friday. Man, temperatures are chilly. We're sitting in the 40s for most of us, some 50s in Johnson County. There's a wind chill. It feels like the low 40s though. Area wide. We'll stay with the 40s tomorrow. Rain likely for the first half of the day. I think we start to dry out later in the evening. Same story in the River Valley, just stuck in the 40s. That's all we're going to be able to do. Once we get the rain out of here, we'll slowly work on the clouds, and then we got some much colder air on the way. Here's a look at Futurecast. That blob of rain coming in from Oklahoma, that'll just saturate us overnight. Meteorologist Tyler Moore will be waking up with you guys tomorrow morning tracking the rain. But what's interesting, if you look real close, see some of that pinkish purple showing up on the map? Some of us in the higher terrain of north central Arkansas, we're talking closer to Mountain Home and Harrison, we may get a little bit of a wintry mixture. And not so much snow, but something called graupel. What graupel is basically the snow's falling, but there's also raindrops with them. So the raindrops hit the snowflake and kind of melt the outer core, and then you're just left with this kernel. It kind of looks like Dippin' Dots, kind of looks like small hail. It's not a thunderstorm, it's not real hail, but it just kind of looks like small hail. We may get some of that nasty wintry mixture in the higher terrain areas of north central Arkansas. That is not going to be the case in northwest Arkansas or the River Valley. We're going to be fine. This is more towards our east, about an hour east once you head, east in the Boston Mountains. Then later into the morning and early afternoon, all that rain gets out of here. We're still stuck in the 40s, but I think we finally start to dry out. Here's another look at what graupel looks like. So if you have some neighbors or friends that live in north central Arkansas, we'd love to see their pictures. But this would be the first time we've had any wintry precipitation or the potential of it so far this season. If you want snow, though, got to wait a little bit longer. Also, once the cooler air settles in, the rest of the week we have freeze potentials on the way. I mean, we got that freeze watch for parts of northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. A light freeze is possible Thursday morning. I think we have a hard freeze coming our way Friday. The National Weather Service won't issue anything until we get closer to that. And then we'll have another light freeze, I think, Saturday. Once we have a killing freeze, the National Weather will stop issue freeze. So, for example, in January, it's not like January 3rd we get freeze warnings, right? Because we've been in winter so long. So once we get done with that killing freeze, no more freeze warnings will be issued. But Erica, our first freeze watch is up in effect. Once again, that's for Thursday morning. And eventually we'll get more freeze potentials Friday morning and Saturday morning. At least in the afternoons, we'll have sunshine and we warm back up into the 50s and 60s. In fact, we've got a great weekend headed our way. In the River Valley, we're headed back to the mid-60s.
I feel like it's the time of year where you have to have all the layers prepared, right? Because it's going to be winter in the morning, fall in the afternoon, even feel a little spring-like at times.
That's true. I'm still in the mode where I have usually light weather stuff on. Right. I just got a dart dash, right in between. But it'd be nice to have the coat.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thanks, Matt. Well, still ahead here on your 5 News at 6, a renowned Arkansas coach announces his upcoming retirement. Plus, we're hearing from a couple of the teams that brought home state volleyball titles over the weekend. That's next in sports.